Okay, welcome guys to tonight's training. It's Tuesday the 24th of January. And I know, speaking to the leaders on a call that we had yesterday and also going by my reports and stuff, January has been a pretty quiet month for a lot of us. So please don't feel disheartened that your business isn't, right at the spot where you want it to be right now. I know I've been talking to some of the girls in my team as well over the last couple of days, and they've definitely been feeling a little bit flat and that their momentum's kind of slowed down a little bit. But I just want you all to know that that's totally normal. That's happened for me as well this month. And don't get disheartened about it. Apparently, Adam said that statistics show January is a pretty slow month, even though, everyone tries to smash out these goals and the thought and the ideas of doing all of that at the beginning of the year is awesome. But sometimes, especially in our business, people and mums and families and stuff are really, really busy with their kids and getting them all sorted for school and stuff. So good job, darling. I'll have a look in a minute. Very good. So yeah, I just wanted to cover that first because I know that everyone, or some of you might have had amazing months. Oh, an amazing month, sorry. And it's definitely not over. We still have a week to go. So what I personally did yesterday was just wrote down a few little goals that probably aren't stretch goals, but I just love the feeling of being able to tick off a goal at the end of the month. So I don't know about you girls, but it's all kind of in your mindset. Oh, sorry, Andrew and guys. I'm so used to saying girls. That it's more a mental thing. If you can write down, like I just wrote down a goal of getting one customer order by the end of the month, one teamie, because I am having a couple of conversations with a few people who I'm hoping will jump on by the end of the month. And what else did I do? I want to start 8 more conversations, 16 as my stretch by the end of the month as well. So I think a lot of us are feeling a little bit flat and we might not be able to tick off as many goals as we usually do at the end of the month. So maybe you guys could just set yourself a few little small goals like that, and it could just be what we've got 7 or 8 days left of the month, starting 8 new conversations. That's only 1 a day with a new person, and maybe getting 1 more extra customer or something like that, just so that you feel that you're achieving something, but you also have a goal that you're working towards. We all know that magic does definitely happen at the end of the month when everyone gets their hustle on. And also for those of you who are qualifying, I know that a lot of orders do go through at the end of the month because you're really wanting to obviously get over the line, especially if you're really, really close to qualifying. I know that probably most of you are at that level if you haven't already qualified your business, and that is happening kind of organically every month now as your business grows. It's really something that you don't need to worry about. But definitely when you're first getting started and the first 2 or 3 months when you've qualified, it's really important that you keep a really close eye on the numbers, because sometimes, and I've seen it happen before, people miss out on qualifying by only like 5 points or something. So we have got a lot of videos on qualifying your business. Adam did a really good cover. Linda's done a really good cover on qualifying as well. So the information's definitely out there for you girls if you're not, and guys, if you're not sure how to check on your points for qualifying and stuff like that. It is a little bit tricky to get your head around because we're also used to counting like the 352 points or the 371 now. As points to getting to SDVF, say, for the 4,000, and qualifying, the points are divided by 4 because it's actually the payments that are coming out of your or out of people's accounts each month. So it is a little bit tricky to get your head around, but once you actually get your head around it, it's quite easy. And it's definitely like, why do you want to qualify your business? You basically are picking up an extra $100 every month. Just by having a qualified business. So basically, just as a little bit of an average, if you have around 20 customers. So that can be your own personal customers and your teamies customers if they're not an SDVF. Once they hit SDVF, you can't count their customer orders for your qualification. And that's why it's really important to try and be putting on a DVF like every month, because they're going to be having their, you know, a couple of their personal orders, and then obviously they've got to 1,000 points. So they've got another couple of customer orders as well. So they're like 3, 4, 5 orders are also going to be going towards you qualifying. So that's definitely an easy way to make sure that you're qualified. And then of course, like as your team grows and you're helping your team get qualified businesses, you're going to be picking up that extra $100 by every club that you have under you who's qualified. And if you're not qualifying your business yourself, that money is going to skip over you. So if you're a 3 club and you're earning between $300 and $400 extra a month by having 3 teamies under you that have qualified businesses, if you're missing out and you're not qualifying your own business, that's going to just skip over you, and that'll just go up to, you know, the people above you that have qualified businesses. So it's definitely a massive part in our business. We always say there's kind of 3 steps to running our, to teaching team what to do, and that's one of them is qualifying. So getting them to SDVF and then getting their business qualified. So it's such an important part. So definitely worthwhile doing, but hard to get your head around. So just check out the videos if you're not sure, because I know a few of you have gone SDVF either this month or last month. So qualifying your business is definitely the next step. Also, I just wanted to touch on having a bit of a plan. So I know some of you girls have schedules and you've sent me photos, and guys, I'm so sorry, Andrew. I'll get used to this, I promise. You girls or you people have schedules. I've seen some awesome schedules happening at the moment, and I think it's really important. It doesn't have to take up too much time, and I'm a true believer in trying to get your week set up on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. I know for myself, it's definitely worthwhile, and it just really puts you in that mood for the rest of the week, that you kind of have a bit of a vision and a focus. And if you plan to fail, or if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So it's not worth just plodding along and thinking, I'll just see how the week pans out, because it's not going to create that momentum in your business that you need. We all know that success loves speed. Sometimes it is hard to get speed happening in your business, but if you're definitely having a plan and you're doing that on Sunday night or whatever, that's definitely 100% going to help you create that momentum and that speed in your business. So don't lose sight of the big picture. I just want to say this to all of you girls as well. This is not a sprint like Tracy, I think it was Tracy Schweitzer said today. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and you really have to keep that in mind. Like, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. We all know that. For the work that you're putting in now in your businesses in the first like 6 to 12 months, it might not be a true reflection of the pay that lands in your bank account every month. But trust me, like, you're going to get to the point where it flips and you're getting money land in your bank account and you're like, oh my gosh, like, I'm doing 1 or 2 hours a day and I'm getting this money land in my bank account. So I think you really just have to keep that vision. And that's the good thing about this business. Like, it's not like turning up for a job and on the first day you get paid an hourly rate of $20 or whatever. That pay goes straight into your bank account at the end of the week or the fortnight. But 5-10 years down the track, you're probably still going to be getting paid that same hourly rate every single week, you know. And that's the good thing about this business, that if you're having growth in your business every single month, you'll see your little graph on your virtual office, and hopefully it'll have like a bit of an incline, and that's just a true reflection of the amount of people's lives that you're changing, but also the growth that you're having in your business as well. Also, don't be too obsessed with the outcome. So even like tonight, if you girls who invited people to the launch event, you know, and some of them might not have jumped on or whatever. Don't be too obsessed with the outcome and get disheartened with the outcome. It's all about the process. Like, be proud of yourself for being teachable, for following that process and going, you know what, I did it. I did the process like 200%. And that's awesome that I got a few people on. And if you don't get any on, that doesn't matter. Like Adam said, I think he was saying in a Zoom or something a couple of months ago, I remember him saying that happens a lot of the time. People say they're going to jump on and they don't, and then people launch and nobody's watching. But that's fine. It's all the process, you know, and you can relaunch in a month or 2 months or whatever anyway. But I think that's a reflection of everything in your business. If you're following the process, get obsessed with that process. Don't get obsessed with the outcome. Do your grid, like be obsessed that, yes, I need to get those 30 squares filled by the end of the month or in 30 days. And it doesn't matter about the outcome. It doesn't matter if half of them haven't even messaged you back or you haven't got a teamie. It's building those conversations and stuff that you're doing now that's really going to help you in the next couple of months. What did you say, Trace? Sorry, I just saw a message pop up, but I couldn't. Yeah, exactly. Like Trace was saying that she's just started doing some live events and only 1 or 2 people turn up each week or whatever. And that happens with us as well down at Coolangatta, although I haven't started it this year again. But it's more just the process. It's more just getting it out, advertising it, like creating that interest and that curiosity, and then growing it from there. But don't quit just because it's not working or you're not getting people turning up, because it's a good training, you know, it's a good chance for you girls to all catch up anyway and chat about what's working and what's not and go from there, because I know that's definitely what we do in Coolangatta when we don't get many people there. Sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat. I've got no water and everyone's like in their rooms with their doors shut. Can someone get me some water, please? Thanks, Andrew.
Go get it, Nick.
Yeah, I will in a minute. I'll just see how I go. I've been doing a lot of talking the last couple of days. Also, what I wanted you guys to do, I'm a little bit all over the place. I'll see if I can find it, is just do a little bit of a self-assessment so it doesn't take too long. And it's basically just rating yourself out of 10 on these 5 areas. So if you've got a pen and you want to just jot this down, and you might have done it before. Thank you, Abby. So rating yourself out of 10, and be honest, you don't want to, like, you're only cheating yourself if you're lying and giving yourself a higher number than what you really know that you should be. Talking to people. So talking to people, rate yourself out of 10. I'd say 10 would be like talking to 5 people a day. And if you're talking to 1 person a day, you know, it's up to you, but rate yourself out of 10 for that. Rate yourself out of 10 for following up. So how good are you at following up? Are you keeping your grid so that you know exactly who you've followed up with and nobody's kind of slipping through the system? So rate yourself on that. Rate yourself on social media, whether it be posting on Instagram, Facebook, whatever kind of works for you. Rate yourself out of 10 on how you're going with that. And I would say 10 for that would be posting 3 times a day. Events, rate yourself on, are you showing up for events, whether it be live events, whether it be like our Monday night and Tuesday night Zooms and training. Rate yourself out of 10 for that. And the last one is customer care. I know this is definitely one that I lack in because by the time I'm trying to grow my business and have those conversations every day with people, helping my team, replying to messages and helping them, my customers kind of get shoved to the bottom of the list. So I'm trying to be really conscious at the moment, and I've written in my diary every day this week to just reach out to 1 person. Like, that'll just take a couple of minutes, but if I write it down, then I'll get it done. And it's just asking them how they're going with the product and, you know, just touching base with them. You girls and boys all know how to do that. And then once you have a look at this and how you've rated yourself, have a look at the areas that you're really lacking, and I would suggest having a little bit of a plan of attack for that. So like I was saying before with my customers, I'm really low with that at the moment. So I had a little bit of a plan that every day for the next week, I'm just going to message one person. So have a look, see where your lowest one is that you rated yourself, and then get to work on that for the next week by the end of the month. Also the Blitz. I'm not sure if you girls and guys have seen the Blitz that Adam's put on the freestyle page, or Kira was one of them, and I think he spoke about it last night at training as well. I think it's a really, really good idea. I had actually listened to that Eric Worre little 8-minute recording on the Blitz, and I think it's a really, really good idea to really start getting that momentum going in your business again for the year. So the theory behind it is basically however many hours you can invest in this business at the one time. So the Blitz is going to be happening on Monday, and they're going to be doing some lives, and I think there's some NMDs and leaders and whatever going to Kira and Adam's place, and then they're going to be doing lives crossing over. I'm opening up my house to anyone who's free on Monday and local and wants to come, and we'll do our own little Blitz. So I'm going to get some whiteboards and things like that, and we're going to just map out a whole lot of stuff and take some massive action for a couple of hours. It will also be the first day of the JBT shred, so I'm going to make a couple of nice yummy things from the recipe book, and we'll just do a little morning of having some morning tea, but really just getting some stuff done, really just getting our heads down. Bring your diaries and notepads and grids and whatever you have to do with the business, and we'll really just get stuck into that. So that's on Monday. Now I'm just going to flip the page. The next thing I just wanted to cover was, so when you're having conversations with, say, potentials, or if you've got new teams starting, or you might have team that are kind of dwindling off a little bit, or whatever it might be, Linda Evenden always talks about WIFM, so it's what's in it for me. And I think that's a really good thing to have in the back of your mind when you're talking to those people, and you're adding, like you're kind of talking to them and pointing out to them why they would be interested in doing this, or why, if it's a teamie, what got them interested in the first place, going back to their why, but also just really trying to explain to them that what's in it for them, like how much money could they be earning in the next month if they got to SDVF. SDVF does not mean anything, and SC doesn't mean anything, you know, it's some letters, but when you kind of break it down as to what it actually is and can be for them in relation to money, I think it gives them that incentive and that push to keep going and push a little harder. So like with a potential, if you were kind of having a chat to them and doing a 3-way call, really map out what money they can potentially be earning in the next 30 to 60 days. So mapping that out, breaking it all down for them, you know, that you've got the $100 bonus. If you're getting 3 customer orders to get to DVF, that's another $160 or something going into their bank account, and breaking it down so that they can really get that big picture on, and then it's helping them and inspiring them as to what this business can actually be and how easy it is to start creating that income for them. So you don't want to be, you know, just focusing on getting to that promotion and that title of SDVF or SC or whatever. It's talking about the money and the benefits that it's going to help for them. Let me see, I've just got it cross over to here. So I think what I've kind of figured out the last couple of weeks as well is that I think the 2 most important things, because we're so lucky that we are flooded with information. Like, we have so many resources out there, and I know sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming because there's just so much. And I know for myself personally, I'll start doing this because this sounds like a really good idea and I've seen somebody do that, so I get started on that, and then I get started on something else that I come across, but I'm never actually finishing anything 100%. And it's not really a problem because we're so lucky that we have the unlimited information and resources out there. But I think sometimes, and I'm just talking personally here, we need to really keep focused on just that one thing and just really do that, go all in with that 110% before we move on to the next thing that we could come across. And I think that's going to be more beneficial for all of us in our business, rather than chopping and changing and starting something and not finishing it, and you know, things like that. And I think half of the problem is that we get so excited and inspired, and it's like, yes, I'm going to do that. Yes, I'm going to do that. Like, I started reading the magic and I started MFA in the same week, and then the magic went out the window, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm crazy thinking that I can do all of these things and focus on my 5 higher paying activities as well to keep my business going. So if we just kind of really, and maybe that could be one of your goals as well, you know, maybe that could be put the magic on your vision board, or put MFA, or listening to GoPro every single day. Like, just put one thing on your vision board or in your goals or in your diary, and then do that really, really well. Focus on that 200% before you start the next thing. I'm not sure if many of you are interested, but I know that there's a Date with Destiny, Tony Robbins, and also the UPW coming up in Australia in the next, I think UPW is June or something, and then the next one's September. So I've definitely got that on my vision board because I'd love to go to one of those. I've never seen him live, but I love listening to his podcasts and stuff like that. So look at the big picture as well as just the small monthly goals and stuff that you're having. So Tennille's just going to share a little bit now with us. We've got like a guest speaker tonight. And she just is going to share with all of you just a bit on kind of what she's found really works for her, and it might work for you guys as well. So I'll just take you off mute. All right, T.
Hi, everyone. I just thought to share a few things tonight because I know you guys all keep hearing that I'm this superstar and fast tracking and everything like that. But honestly, I'm probably not doing anything more different to what you're doing. I'm just very focused on what is the key things I've been trying to do since the beginning. So I don't know if some of you heard when I launched the business, but Tanika approached me about just over a year ago when she first started and asked if I would be interested in joining. And at the time I said, like, my life's really good. I'm really happy. I'm traveling around Australia. I don't want to take anything else on at the moment. But during that year, I've really watched Tanika and what she's been putting on Facebook and liking her posts and commenting. And she's always this super beautiful person. But during that year, you've just watched so much drive and enthusiasm come about her. And so when Tanika reached out to me a few months ago and asked if I'd be interested in having a look at it again, I had watched her for a solid year. I thought the marketing was really smart. I thought what she was doing was really captivating. And I think that's been the easy thing for me, that when I've joined up and started and Tanika has said, like, just follow the leaders, just follow what we say, be teachable, be willing, just try what we suggest, even if it's out of your comfort zone, even if you don't feel confident. Don't worry about the end result. It's just the process. Just do the steps. They really do work. And I think that's the thing, is that I've started strong because from the beginning of day one, I've just followed everything Tanika said. Whatever she's posted, I've posted. Whatever she's done, I've copied, even right down to, like, you know, she says you need a schedule. Right, show me your schedule. She shows me her schedule. I go out and I buy the exact same schedule. Like, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm not trying to do anything different. And to be honest, I don't have time. I'm traveling Australia. I want to sightsee. I have a full-time job that I do online as well. So when I sit down to do Juice Plus, I don't want to spend 1 hour procrastinating and wondering what way I should do it or what sounds better. I just want to follow what Tanika does. So I would say the big things that have been a success or helping me along is definitely understanding the fast track plan. And being willing to spend a little bit more money to actually get fast tracked. So if I'm a few points or I'm a few orders off getting to that next level, if that's not happening with my customers, I'm just buying the stock myself. You know, at the end of the day, if I fast track, I get the bonuses. If I qualify my business, I get the extra commissions. So I think it's easy in the beginning to get caught up in how much money you're outlaying, but it's actually really still very small money compared to if you go and start up a business or a shop, or you're leasing, or you're paying staff, or any of these sorts of things. So I was able to qualify my business, I think this is now the 4th month, and I've already qualified. I've already unlocked that beach money. And yeah, it might have cost me an extra $200, $300, $400 over this period to do it. But in the long run, I'm going to be actually making a lot more money now as I move along. Adam said in the Juice Plus Summit something that really resonated with me, which is, if you're not focused on the numbers, what are you focused on? Because the rest is just a story. And for me, I think it's so easy, like Tanika was just talking about now. We get so caught up on all the things that are going on and all the ideas and all the creative things and all the Facebook pages, and you actually forget about the high-paying activities. And the high-paying activities are the ones that bring you in the numbers. They're the ones that get you your income or get you fast-tracked. So I know for us, we're a lot about customer service, and I'm really lucky I have some truly beautiful teamies that are so wanting to help everybody in their health. But if you want to see this as a business, and most of us do business to make money, then you also have to not be scared of the money, and not to be scared at looking about fast tracking or payment plans or commissions and things like that. I turn off all the Facebook notifications. Anything that's a Facebook notification is off. I turn off all the sounds for all group chat messages. And when I have time, that's when I sit down and do them, because otherwise I'm trying to reach out and make conversations, and I have all these other things coming on at the same time, and they are more fun, right? They're not scary. So I find that you can easily get distracted with them. The other thing, what was I going to say? Keep referring back to the manual as well. There's so much information in the manual, and I'm not sure how much of us really go back and look at the manual and see the information that's there. Using the 30-30 grid, it took me a few weeks of Tanika asking me, have you done it? Have you printed it? Have you started filling it out? And as soon as I started filling it out, I just went on fire, because all of a sudden it really kept me so accountable, because I could see, was I actually having any conversations, or what, you know, weren't I having any conversations? And the other thing, I don't know who watched the training last night with the couple from New Zealand, but they talked about, you know, our customers will purchase what we purchase. So I purchased the trio and the shakes from the beginning. Most of my sales are trio and shakes. I think I have one fruit and veggie order. But they said something else which I didn't really think about. Your team will also purchase what you purchase. So if you're bringing on new team members, they will ask what you're on, and that's what they will start on. And that's what their customers and their team members will start on as well. So I think that's been something that's helped me a lot in the business, is that, you know, I see some of my team members, they're actually much better than me at getting customers, but they're having to get 3 or 4 customers for every one of my customer orders, because I'm doing the trio and the shakes with each customer. I think that might be it, Tanika. Oh, that last one is, I know we talk a lot about stolen moments. For me, this is not stolen moments. I invested into a business, whether it was $165 or $200,000. It is a business, and I've treated it like that from day one. If I want to see the results from it, I need to treat it as a business.
Yeah, that's so true. Thank you so much for sharing tonight, Tennille.
That's all right. You're welcome. I actually had, on Sunday, I had a bit of a moment of wondering if this was really the right thing for me, as good as it's going and as much as I'm really enjoying it. I kept thinking, do I really want to do this with supplements when I love skincare so much? That's the industry I've worked in for the last 20 years. And I said to Ben, I don't know, do I want to invest my time in this though, or do I go back to doing skincare because I love that so much? And my girlfriend is with Arbonne, and I just thought about it. She has to sell 6 or 7 products for every one set of Trio that I have to sell to each guest to make the same commission.
Really?
So, yep. To make the same sort of money, she needs to hope that every guest is going to take a cleanser, toner, exfoliator, moisturizer, face mask, all the rest of it. And then I thought, do I want to make my own skincare? That's a dream as a beauty therapist, right? To have your own skincare range. But there's not much profit in it. And Ben, my husband, said to me, like, T, this system is so simple. The products are so simple to learn. It's so simple to train people. It's so simple for people to train other people. Just stick with it. And that night, Kylie put a post up about being a grasshopper. And I thought, oh my God, I was about to be a grasshopper this morning. So even though it looks like I'm doing well, of course, I still go through all the same feelings that everybody else does when you start any business. And it doesn't matter if it's this business or another business, the feeling and the thought process, it's all the same.
Yeah, that's so true. And isn't it funny how you know, things come to you at the right time, like when you're feeling some certain feelings or whatever, and then something will pop up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and it's like, oh my God, that's so relevant to me right now. How did they know I was feeling like that or something, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, like you said, January's been a slow month, so you start questioning everything. And then I'm very lucky, I have a husband that loves watching all of our links, and he said to me, you know, Tennille, Linda Evidence says just get 30 customers and then convert some into team members. So that's what you need to do. And Kira's focus now is 5 customers and 5 team members a month. So that's what you need to do. And I was like, really? Only 5 customers? Oh, I'm actually not a bad month.
That's so good that he loves listening to all that stuff too. That's such a big, and especially when you can find through a caravan. I mean, you can put your headphones in and stuff, but it's nice when you can chat about something when that could be only 2 or 3. Hey Ben, Lucky's got his pants on.
Exactly. I should have checked that first.
This is recording, you know.
Sorry guys.
No, that's awesome. And hey, if anyone else wants to share, like next week or whatever, like this isn't just a training session run by Kylie and I. Like we absolutely love to listen to you girls share what's working or what's not working. Like that's what this session's all about. It's just our own small little team that's growing every week. And yeah, so just feel free to yell out to us, and if you want to share, we'd love to listen and take the pressure off us. You probably get sick of listening to us say the same thing half the time, because like Adam says, there is no secret, you know. If you follow the system and you do the do, then you're going to get rewarded for it. And it's so true. And I think I've learnt that as well, like because I'm in this group for the January Rockstars or whatever it is with Adam, so we've got like 2 training calls a week with that, and a lot of the other girls are getting so much value out of it because they don't get these calls with Adam, but I think we're kind of spoilt in a way that we are so close to him with the lines that these people are like 10, 15, 20 down for him, so they never really get to chat to him. But it's kind of made me realise that he does just say the same thing over and over again, and that just proves that it's just a system and it just works. And if you plug in and you do it, then you know you're going to be successful. There's no secret to anything apart from Brian Marsh. I reckon he's got a few secrets up his sleeve. And that's probably something to do with his whatever he had in place with his other business before he started. That's obviously his funnel to get him all of those customers and teamies, but good on him. And I think he is very open to share. Obviously, he's not going to share. Well, I suppose it's not really relevant to anyone else anyway, unless they have the same kind of business as him. But he must be doing the right thing because it's duplicatable and he's getting team and they're coming in, smashing it and doing well as well. So obviously it's not just all to do with his business. But does anyone else have anything? Because I think I've probably covered most of what I wanted to cover. Yeah, Tony?
I think too, Tanika, Brian Marsh, if you listen to his you listened to it because you shared it to all of us, but his vision is so clear. So when he's attracting team and attracting people, like my vision, I'm a bit lost, right? I don't have kids. I'm traveling. I don't have a community. I don't have a spot. So I'm attracting people that are traveling and things, but what's my vision? I mean, that's not, most of my friends are mums. So for me, when I listen to Brian, I'm like, I don't actually know what the vision really is, whereas his is just so fantastic.
Yeah, he's so clear. And that's what he comes across as well, right? Like you listen to him talk and he's so laser focused and knows exactly who he wants to attract to his team, where he's going, what he needs to do, like everything's just so focused. And you can pick up on that. So obviously when he's talking to potentials and stuff, they're going to pick up on that as well. They're going to get that same vibe as, wow, this guy, like, he's very passionate about what he does, but he's also very focused and just has that certainty, I suppose.
I think he's also,
I
think he's also had a really good success because he comes from a church background as well. And I know that sounds a bit, I don't mean that in a bad way or a derogatory way. I mean, he's, I guess, seen a few struggles that might have, come from the church community and seen all that. And he just wants to go out and help them because he's seen how much it's helped him and his family. So his vision, as Tennille said, so focused, and he can see how much he can help them as well. And he's got a great community that he can tap into there as well. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You should all start going to Mass on Sundays.
Yes. Maybe we should all start joining the church. Tone, take yourself off mute, Tone. Oh, you can't.
Oh.
Well, we can't hear what you've got to say. Are you on your iPad, are you?
No.
Your phone. Sign language.
I'll come off while she's trying.
Yeah.
She can't get up. Just with that Brian Marsh, guys, I don't know if you all listened to his recording, but something that came up with him that I personally hadn't been using, which I was using a while ago and I was having a lot more success with converting, is that key question at the end when you're finishing something and you're kind of like, you've given them all the information and it's a bit awkward and you've got that, okay, well, what do I do now? What do I say? Like, you don't want to be salesy and go like, hey, do you want to order? And that key question is, so what else do you need to know to make an exciting decision to get started? And that works for both, products and business. And I let that go for a little while and I reflected back and thought, what was the things I was doing back, October, November, when I was having so many three-way calls with Adam? What was different? And the two things were I was consistent with that grid and I was asking that question at the end of conversation. So what else do you need to know to make an exciting decision to get started? You're kind of telling them you're getting started, but what do you need to know so we can get you started? So in a roundabout way, you're saying it. And honestly, guys, it's a little bit hard the first few times, but then when you do it, it's a lot nicer than that awkwardness of when you finish the conversation of what else do I say now. It feels much nicer than that because it can be pretty awkward at the end of, especially if you're a live event and you can actually just sit there and keep sometimes talking because you don't know what to do and what to say next. So keep that question, write it down, and use it by messenger. I know I've been coaching Andrew a lot the last few days and I've been, I'll say it in a second. I've been helping him with that. And sometimes just with you guys, if you're reaching out to the leaders and they ask, what do I say next? when they type back a message, I know you need to tweak it a little bit to sound like it's come from you, but I sometimes get, really? But they asked me what's the price and you didn't say that in that message. You know, just believe in what they're replying back with. It's the system that we've been following. Like, I know someone says, yeah, I've watched the link, super interested. Or like, yeah, I'm really interested, what's the price? But they haven't watched the link. They haven't asked any questions. You don't know anything about them. You just send them a price, you've lost them, you know, because really they have no interest yet in what it can do for them. They haven't invested into that. They don't see the value in it. So I know I struggled with it at first, and I'd say to Adam, but they want to know the price. I've got to answer their question. That's really rude. But you answer their question with a question. So to Neil, that question is, what else do you need to know to make an exciting decision to get started?
Thank you.
The only other thing I wanted to quickly say, I know most of you on here probably already have, but some of you might have teamies that haven't. Renewal is cutting off end of Jan. So if you have any teamies in your business that have still got 17 on that downline growth report, they will not have a business come 31st of January. They will lose all their customers. They will lose their business. If they decide on the 1st of February they want to start back up, they've lost everything that they've, you know, attracted in that time. So if you have anyone, guys, just reach out. I am going to do a post in Team Believe just to remind people, because there is people in there that, and they might have said to you, I know there is one, you know, there's some people in the team that have said, no, I'm not renewing. And now they've reached out and had a second thought, you know, so maybe don't wait for them to have that second thought. Reach out to them and just say one last time, hey, you know, I know that you said, no, you don't want to do this business anymore. But I just really wanted to reach out to you one last time because I know the reason why you got started, and everyone should know why their team has got started. And just, you know, I know that still means a lot to you. I would love to just sit down and have a chat to you to see if this could be something for you, because it might be just something that they're, you know, something they're going through at that time.
Yeah.
Trace, that's awesome.
Can I just add one more thing that I forgot to quickly talk to you girls about? When I was on the call yesterday, I asked Adam, and I think Anna was really good in helping me with this as well. What I've found over the last probably month, I've done about 5 three-way calls with potentials, not so much my frontline, but helping other team. And I think we're going to change the way that we do our system. So before we used to you know, have a chat to them about how they get started. Are you happy to do some Facebook posts and try and get your first couple of customers? We'll get your 1,000 points. Once we get your 1,000 points, you'll get the $100 bonus and we'll put your franchisee forms through. But what we've found happening now is that people get disheartened if they don't get that 1,000 points after a couple of weeks. They don't end up putting their franchise forms through, and we've lost them. So we're changing the structure of this now, and a lot of the other team have been doing this for ages now. We're going to get their franchisee forms basically as soon as we have that 3-way call with them and they're excited to get started. We send them the franchisee forms, we get them to fill them out, send them straight back to us, get them their product ordered. Obviously, like if it's at the beginning of the month, that's awesome because they've still got the whole month for us to actually submit their forms if we need to. But they're thinking that they've given us their information and basically they think that they've submitted their forms. So they're ready to get started. They know in their mind that they've made that commitment and they're going to try and make some shit happen. If they don't fill out the forms like our old system of how we used to do it, and we're just like, you know, when you get your 1,000 points, I'll send you the forms and blah, blah, blah. They're not going to put in that effort and they're not going to be focused because they know in the back of their mind, well, I've got nothing to lose. I haven't filled out the forms or anything. So, like, if this doesn't work out, then, you know, I didn't invest in the $165 anyway. So, and they think they've tried it, they're not successful, and so they don't end up doing it. So I think definitely now, girls, when you're doing 3-way calls, if I'm not on the call with you and like Kylie's team and stuff, when we go through the process of how they get started, ordering your product, then it's submit your franchisee forms, send them straight back to me. and then we'll help you, you know, are you interested in trying to find your first couple of customers? Awesome. All right. Probably the best way to do this, if you feel comfortable, is by letting us help you create some posts to get that interest out onto Facebook. So if you're kind of going through that system, and like I said, they know in their head, we might not submit their forms straight away because obviously we don't really need to. We do want to try and make them get that $100 so that their belief starts growing early on in the business. But as soon as they get that first customer, then we'll put their forms through, and then they can put their customer order through, and then go from there. So I think that's going to be a lot more successful, and we're not going to see people drop off and lose hope within the first week or two. So,
am I off mute now?
Yes.
I can't see myself, but anyway, I've completely.
You look beautiful.
I've got a question on pay that I thought was getting covered last week, or maybe this week. So the new pay now doesn't come up and show bonuses and commission. It's all as one.
Yeah.
It all comes in as commission. And I did ring head office, and they said if the promotion was before the 3rd, they were going to pay it all in one lump sum. And if the promotion was after the 3rd, it was going to be in 2 separate transactions, but they're both classed as commission. How do you actually know on your virtual office what is commission and what is a bonus?
Okay, so you go into my payment details, or my payment summary, I think it's called, my earnings summary, something like that. So in my team data, you'll see my earnings summary.
Yeah.
If you click on that, there'll be columns that say detail or summary. If you click on the detail, it'll give you every single, like down to the cent of how you've earned the money in your business and how you've got that total monthly amount. So it'll show like $2.94 for a customer who could be like 3 or 4 lines down from you. It'll show your direct customers. It'll show your commissions, your bonuses, your PO.
Okay, so you've got to type in your email address and it will be emailed to you. Is that right?
No, it'll be there. So you'll just go to my earnings summary, and then you'll see a column that says detail. If you click on detail, it'll give you all the information that you need.
Girls, can I just, on that, I've had a couple of people reach out to me and ask that, you know, they're at a stage, which some of you guys on this call are at, that they personally don't feel they know how they get paid. So how can they teach their team how they get paid? And I must say it's a minefield. And what Tanika's talking about, that detail, you're like, why the hell am I getting $2.94 and $1.50 here? Like, this is just, and there's pages and pages. Like, your Team Believe gets about 100 new customers every month. So you can imagine all those little bits from 100 people. I had a coaching call, you know, with Lindy or Celine, I can't remember who it was, a while ago. And I am pretty good with it now. I do trust Juice Plus a lot because I think their system's pretty good, but I am happy to do a coaching call if Tanika wants to do it with me as well. It's up to her on that, just specifically for that. But I only really kind of want to do it if we have enough people, you know, that are interested to do that. Like, I don't want to really, you know, be doing it because I'm a bit time poor at the moment, but happy to do that for those of you. So if you do want to do it, just put it in Team Believe chat that Kylie would love to do a coaching on that. I'm not going to be able to accommodate everyone's hours, obviously. We'll do our best, but I have opened that up if anyone wants to.
Tennille said that Lindy did a training on this today in the Juice Plus Eagles SC and above group. So that will probably get posted onto Freestyle anyway, so then we can share it with you guys, and that would probably be, was that really beneficial today, Tennille? Did you get a bit out of that?
Yeah, absolutely. They asked us to print out all the reports before training, and then we went through the reports and they explained what all the different columns and everything were as well.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
We'll be able to get it, even like I know Tracy said only SCs can see it. We can get that out of there and we'll be able to post it up. That might be the easiest, and then we don't have to do a coach.
I'm not in that group. Should I be in that group?
Yeah, I think you are, Tone.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
there was quite a few girls that were on the call today. They jumped on because they seen Linda Everton post that it was open coaching, but when they were on there, they said that something's happened. They haven't been added. There was 3 or 4 girls today. It might
I know
be
Tanika was in Juice Plus Eagles well before I was. And I was like, I remember when I got added, I was like, oh, this is cool, a new little group. And you go back through all the history and just to learn a bit about it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Tanika's been there for months. Like,
well, I got added by mistake.
Yes, that was my
I was supposed to be in the group.
So I wasn't in it. I didn't get added to it for a long time. And I think it's meant to be head office that does it, because I think
Lindy said today, if you're not added in it, can you tell your uplink, and your uplink needs to add you, and then she'll approve it.
Yeah.
I'll add you, Tone.
Thank you.
You might need to delete me.
No, it doesn't
I
matter.
haven't earned the right to be in there yet.
You're in.
You'll be SC very soon, Trace. It's a sign.
Oh, I hope so.
You will.
You're going to go slide under the table now, are you? That's what you look like you're about to do.
I feel like
Funny. Now, that was an awesome share tonight. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Like, I was blown away by it. Thank you so much. She did a fantastic job. And everyone that wasn't on, they missed out, although it's been recorded. But, I just think sharing it live is just so nice as opposed to recording. And, that's why you are where you are, because you are so inspirational. 9 weeks, and to be able to share like that on training is just incredible. Like, everyone should be looking at that and going, wow, that's where I want to be. We can all be there, right? It's just out of our comfort zone. We've got to, like you say, if you don't do it, you're never going to get there.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm not sure I covered all my notes and maybe spoke a bit too quick, but I just felt there's people we've been having different conversations, and of course everyone keeps thinking I'm this superstar because of where I have, but to be honest, for me it's a numbers game. Just copy Tanika and look at the numbers.
Good on you. It's working.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thanks, Meek.
That's all right. You're teachable. That's like part of, half of the battle sometimes with some people. Hey, Tony, I've added you to that now, so we'll just wait for admin to approve you, and then you'll be in just another group to check out.
Yeah.
It's fun, doesn't it, Tanika?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I know that the other day that, like, Celine was going live in, like, she was live in one group, and then my thing came up, Celine's live in this group, and then I think it was like 5 groups or something, and I'm like, I have to put my phone away. And the one thing I got from you tonight, Tania, was I'm turning my notifications off, because it does distract me a lot, because I was actually doing some things on Facebook and it kept popping up, Celine's now live, and it was in all the groups that you get added to, and she shared that in she started a new group for QNMDs. And I got all excited today, and I jumped on 11:02, thought I'd missed the beginning of it, and it's 11 o'clock on Wednesday. But anyway.
I was going to say, that wasn't on today.
See, I get so distracted. And I lost my train of thought now. See, I got distracted.
But I also found with a lot of the Facebook groups that we're a part of that I'm following them, but I've turned off all the notifications. Like, I don't want them coming through my newsfeed, because I can't keep up to date with like actual comments from customers or teamies, or because the notifications is just so full. So I want those Facebook pages to be there for me when I need to reach out and see what's going on, except Team Believe. I want to see everything that's coming through that, but I don't need to see all the other stuff.
Yeah, and that's what Celine said with this call. She said, girls, I'm going to start up another page, it's like the QNMD accountability page or something. And she said, but please, if you don't want to be, I'm going to add you all your QNMDs in there, but if you don't want to be in there because it's another group that you're in, then please just delete it, like delete yourself from there. And she's like, and it's not going to be like, oh, Kylie isn't in that group anymore, she's not, showing up. It's just that you might just have, and Tanika shared, before too, like I've had MFA and that Juice Plus Success Academy. And I'm just like so overwhelmed by the both of them that I'm not doing either of them at the moment. And I'm like, I've just got to, so I reached out to Simon and said, how long is MFA going to be there? Because I've done MFA before and I haven't done the Just Plus Success Academy, and I've just got to focus on one or the other because neither of them are getting that. So you've really got to, and if you find, guys, sorry, I'm doing it too now. If you find that some of the it's too many groups, then don't be worried about going, you know what, I actually don't get a lot of value out of that one. I don't use it, and unfollow it. You know, it's not the end of the world. There is, and most of the things, like if I see things in Team Spirit and Team Freestyle, you'll see it all the time in Team Believe. It's just being copied. You've probably seen it in Freestyle or Team Believe, in Spirit, and I just copy and paste it over because I'm like, you know, not everyone's going to see it, and I'm just going to dump it in there as well so the team can see it. So don't be alarmed if it's too much and you have to unfollow some.
Yeah. So Kylie, with starting Team, and it is overwhelming for us, obviously it's very overwhelming for them getting added to too many. Do you think Team Believe is enough for the first while because it's going to have everything in there?
I obviously use that new team sheet now to make sure I am adding them to the right things. I add them to the Wholesome Health page, and I tag them in there as well because that's showing them how we do that, and putting them in the pin post, you know, because we don't want everyone tagging on the actual page because there's so many customers. So we want to really get people tagging in the pin post. So I add them to Wholesome Health so they can see that, and then they will add their customers because they know that's not a weird thing to add your customers. There's a lot of value. I add them into Team Believe page. I don't add them into anything else other than my front line. I have, or it's not just my front line, there's maybe the second line, I have a new team chat as well, and it's just a group that is just for new team only, just like we have another one, you know, a Rockstars one we've got, and it's just smaller groups. So I don't put them in Team Believe, even chat straight away sometimes, and sometimes wait a few days. And I just slowly over the next few weeks start to add them. And Simone, my sister, you know, she's got a lot going on with Sammy. A lot of people don't even comprehend. It's just crazy, you know, what this little boy's going through. And she said to me when I did add it a freestyle, she said, I had to, you know, just get out of that page because to her, everything she saw in that page was business, business, business. And she wasn't quite ready for that yet. Like, even though she's doing the business, seeing all business posts freaked her out so much. So, and luckily that she just took it upon herself to go, you know, I'm just not going to look in that page at the moment, but I'm going to look in Team Believe and Wholesome Health because I'm just focused on that. You know, so you do need to be careful because if you go and add them to all these things, they just think, oh, how the hell am I going to do this? You know, it's so overwhelming. But you follow your thing. That's what I do. Like, I don't know if you have that, you know, a new team chat. I think that is really effective. And in that new team chat, I just put, I might put a post in there as well, you know, just a different image and a post, and just say, guys, make sure, because there's probably about 5 or 6 people in there, make sure you're all changing this by 10%. And it might be something that I do and I think, oh, this is going to be really good. And I'll just say, I personally am posting this content, change it by 10%, use a different picture or whatever, but here's an idea. And that helps them a lot too, by even not just having to go to JP posts, you know, because that sometimes can be a bit overwhelming going into there. But that's one of the next ones I add them to, but I don't add them to it straight away because I'm helping them with the first few posts just in that team chat on Messenger.
Yeah.
All right, girls, well, I'm going to jump off because I need to get to the gym at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So thank you for hosting.
Right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for jumping on. Bye.